Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to TV News with some latest events in the Ninh province. And now we come to details. Ladies and gentlemen, facing the unpredictable development of the COVID-19 pandemic, the risk of epidemic breakthrough exit and entry is quite high, so the borderline is controlled more closely than ever. Tay Ninh provincial border guard has implemented seamlessly, drastically, and lowest measures to prevent and control the COVID-19 epidemic. Currently, along the 240-kilometer-long borderline bordering the Kingdom of Cambodia, the provincial border guard maintains 123 anti-epidemic posts.
Especially from now until the Lunar New Year is a very stressful time, we must focus on preventing the spread of illegal entry into Tay Ninh because the province has a long borderline, relatively flat terrain. If we do not care about this, it could cause pandemic threat, so we must focus on preventing epidemic. To really grasp the direction of the Provincial People's Committee, Tay Ninh Provincial Border Guard has arranged 24/24 duty officers and soldiers at the posts, promoting patrol and control, monitoring at open trails and pathways, facing the trend of increasing numbers of people entering through border gates in the province. Based on the actual situation of Provincial Border Guard, will adjust at the posts to complete the prevention and control of illegal exit and entry. Many anti-epidemic field posts will be repaired to ensure the forces on duty. However, the troop strength is a matter of great concern. Colonel Lê Hồng Vương, commander of Tay Ninh Provincial Border Guard, said that despite of the difficulties, Tay Ninh Border Guard forces are determined to protect the border. Prevention of illegal exit and entry do not let the epidemic spread.
In the morning of January 5, 2020, Secretary of the Provincial Party Committee Nguyễn Thành Tâm had a meeting with Mr. Madan Mohan Sethi, Consul General of India in Ho Chi Minh City, on his visit to Tay Ninh Province.
According to Mr. Madan Mohan Sethi, over the past time, the cooperative relationship between Vietnam and India has developed well, but the results have not been commensurate. Therefore, the Consul General of India hopes to the two sides, especially localities and businesses, to continue to promote cooperation in all fields. Through his working visit to Tay Ninh province, Mr. Madan Mohan Sethi wished the two sides could learn about each other's needs and strengths, thereby opening up opportunities for cooperation and development. Secretary of the Provincial Party Committee Nguyễn Thành Tâm highly agreed with the directions in promoting cooperation between the Consulate of India in Ho Chi Minh City and Tay Ninh province, and said that these activities are very suitable with the current development orientation and needs of the province. The Secretary of the Provincial Party Committee also assigned the People's Committee of the province to continue working and discussing with the Consul General to have specific proposals to soon promote implementation in the coming time. On this occasion, the leaders of the two sides also gave each other souvenirs as wishes for good health, Happy New Year's, and best wishes for the friendship and cooperation for mutual development. In the morning of January 4, 2021, the Police Department of Tay Ninh province held the ceremony to issue citizenship multi-identity cards. The issuance of citizenship identification to replace identity cards for people in the province is scheduled to last from January 1, 2021 to July 1, 2021. Under the direction of the Ministry of Public Security, in the above period, the whole country will organize the issuance of 50 million citizenship multi-identity cards. Particularly, Tay Ninh province tried to grant over 700,000 citizen identification cards to local people. To implement the issue of citizenship multi-identity cards to meet the planned roadmap targets, Colonel Nguyễn Văn Trải, Director of Tay Ninh Police, said that the Board of Directors of Tay Ninh Provincial Police Department directed the forces, including PCC, to coordinate in the issuance of citizenship multi-identity cards according to the ministry's targets from now to July 1, 2021. The province will complete the renting of 700,000 citizens to achieve the above result. The board of directors will strengthen the direction of districts and towns to proceed to the right process time, creating the most convenient for people. As Tremors has directed the cases that cannot come, the board of directors will direct the functional forces to serve them in person to complete the targets. Immediately after the ceremony, the police department conducted procedures for issuing citizenship multi-identity cards for leaders attending the 13th National Congress of the party before the time of the Congress. On personal identification information for citizenship has been extracted from the national database system safely and accurately.
Planning Tay Ninh province for the period 2021-2030 with the vision to 2050 is an important content in the task of socio-economic development, national security and defense in 2021, the 5-year period of 2021-2025. The decision approving the planning task of Tay Ninh province for the period 2021-2030 with the vision to 2050 was signed by Deputy Prime Minister Tay Ninh in June 2020. The People's Committee of Tay Ninh province is assigned to complete the formulation of provincial planning within 24 months from the date of approval of the provincial planning task.
At the conference on the implementation of socio-economic development, security and defense orientations in 2021, Mr. Nguyễn Mạnh Hùng, standing Vice Chairman of the People's Committee of Tay Ninh Province, assigned the Department of Planning and Investment to deploy GET diagram immediately after the conference. Deploying the planning of the province for the period of 2021-2030 with a vision to 2050 must comply with regulations. Content of planning development orientation, spectral arrangement and allocation of resources for socio-economic activities must be in sync with national and regional planning, designed by competent state agencies, aiming to achieve sustainable development on all 4 pillars: economy, society, environment and national defense, border security, consistent with the context of international integration, commitments in multilateral and bilateral international treaties to which Vietnam is a member. The planning of Tay Ninh province also needs to ensure the linkage, synchronization, exploitation, and efficient use of the existing infrastructure system between ranges and inter-district regions and localities in the province. Identify specifically areas used for military, defense, and security purpose at the provincial and inter-district levels, and the orientation to be located in the district. The Standing Committee of the Provincial Party Committee issued a letter to direct the strengthening of measures to ensure the healthy, safe and economical celebration on the Lunar New Year in 2021. In particular, the Standing Committee of the Provincial Party Committee directs all levels of party committees, party organizations, localities, agencies and units to strictly comply with the regulations on the prevention and fight against COVID-19, absolutely not subjective, not let down the guard against COVID-19, restrict the organization of meetings and festivals, focus on doing well the visits to policy beneficiaries, to uphold the responsibility of the leader, be ready to respond and direct drastically, synchronously and effectively COVID-19 epidemic prevention and control measures in organizations, agencies, units, localities, enterprises and community. At the same time, promote production, business, socio-economic developments, ensure national defense and security, strive to achieve the highest level of goals, program targets and plans for 2021. Besides promoting the cultural tradition of solidarity of the nation, paying attention to well implementing social security policies, taking care of the people's materials and spiritual life in Tết, make sure everyone, every house can enjoy the Tết holiday.
Ladies and gentlemen, under the direction of the Department of Justice of Tay Ninh province, the civil status registration agency should actively discuss with the provincial social insurance agency to issue health insurance cards for children. These agencies can use the birth certificate without a personal identification number or excuse to refuse to issue the card.
To ensure the right of birth registration for children, the Department of Justice directs the Civil Status Registration Agency, if it encounters software errors that cannot read the child's personal identification number, they still carry out birth registration, issue birth certificates for children, and leave the information on personal identification numbers blank and edit later. According to the revised law on health insurance 2014, children under 6 years old are granted free health insurance cards according to regulations on linking administrative procedures, birth registration, permanent residence registration, and health insurance cards for children under 6 years old, including birth registration declaration form, according to a prescribed form, birth certificate issued by the health facility where the child was born, the form of notification of household registration, demographic change according to the form, household registration book, declaration form for participation in health insurance. Families can also share medical examination and treatment facilities for their children at the beginning of each quarter by contacting the social insurance agency of the district, town, and city where the health insurance card was issued to have a card returned. Next, the family brings the certificate to the ward and commune committees where they move to get a new health insurance card.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's all for today TTV News. Thank you for being with us and goodbye for now.